Now, I was showing various wonders. Some things are interesting. They demonstrate that the idea of modernization that we've been talking about all the time and the necessity of which has long been discussed by experts, well, this idea has chances to be implemented judging by the exhibition I have visited. And today's meeting of the Commission is devoted to external economic policy. It's the first time we touch upon the issue. Well, the role of external economic policy in the modernization of the country, which would be quite natural to do at this International St. Petersburg Forum. We have a good chance to once again talk about the state of global economy, to see if our external economic activities are in line with the goals and requirements of today. Let me remind that this topic was raised by me in my last year's address, and the government has been instructed to elaborate the respective proposals. The deadline has passed, and I would like to learn what has been done by the instruction. It was given last November, in the middle of last November, so I'd like to see the criteria of assessment of external economic activity results in terms of modernization. The members of Skolkovo Innovation Board partake in today's meeting, and it's important that the heads of major high-tech companies of US, Europe and Asia are members of the board. I cordially thank you for joining. Your authority, your experience, and your understanding of how we should move along the track of modernization are very important for us. I'd also like to say that the advisory board of Skolkovo has been established by me. I hope that this decision will be conducive to a prompt achievement of the project's goals. It's obvious that the 5 priorities formulated by us should cover our external economic ties, our ties with our key foreign partners. At a recent Russia-EU summit, by the way, initiative Partnership for Modernization was launched, and it aims at cooperation in the sphere of high tech. Obviously, this is an example of bringing together our external economic policy and our modernization goals. We are actively cooperating with Germany and France. We have inked a respective memorandum with Denmark, and I hope that my forthcoming visit to the US will be marked by some headway towards this goal. We will develop partnership with the United States. We face a dual task. On the one hand, we should shape advantageous investment climate and solve priority tasks in the sphere of high tech, working in a focused approach. On the other hand, we should make a list of countries that will be our key technological partners. We should coordinate activities in terms of attracting investment for establishing in Russia R&D centers of the leading high-tech companies in the world, and we should promote our products and services in the world market. It's important for us that our overseas partners are actively work in Russia. We should establish high-tech production capacities to become competitive, first of all, via intellectual resources, and yesterday, with representatives of the major companies who came to discuss technological modernization. We discussed this issue. Afterwards, we spoke with American companies' representatives. We had a separate meeting with them, and the view of my visit to the United States, we had an interesting talk, and I hope that today we will continue this talk. We are to prepare proposals to establish competitive financing system of procurement of Russian exported technology, to provide more public lending benefits for exporters of innovation products, of course including construction of nuclear power plants abroad, energy conservation and saving projects, and as well as export credits and investment insurance system creation. Separately, we should dwell on the customs regulation system, which is one of the main instruments of balancing external economic activities. The situation is complicated. I will be frank. In the presence of our foreign partners, many places over-regulation is present, bureaucracy, numerous normative acts, licenses, authorizations, registration certificates, technical specifications, and of course such a great bulk of requirements gives rise to corruption. The system of customs regulation cannot cope with the tasks of backing and stimulating innovation exports, and I would like to be informed on the preparation of customs regulation law. I believe that we should not only think about optimizing customs formalities, but also about monitoring exports control while exporting ready-made products and constituent parts. Well, what else can be said? People. We should do everything, our best, to the effect that people wish to stay in the country where they got their education, I mean our specialists, young specialists, as they leave our country, not because of the money only. Over the last period of time, my contacts have shown that most talented people that left Russia for other countries, well, they say, we're quite satisfied with salaries. It's more or less in line with the European rate, and prospects are not bad. But the problem is that for our scientific research, we do not have good conditions. Well, to order laboratory equipment, to get some details and devices, computer equipment and other things to carry out experiments, it takes months or years sometimes, while abroad you should only type some positions in your computer and you'll get the equipment in 2 or 3 days. This is the problem, and of course we need to implement the long-standing tasks to step up imports of intellectual potential from abroad. Russian companies and high schools should invite people from abroad for research. This is not a new topic. Our state, on many occasions, turned to such borrowing, so to say, but the amount and the quality of the specialists should become the criteria for efficiency. And we should see that it's in line with modern requirements. On the results of cooperation with foreign companies and universities depends the future of our countries to a large extent and the competitiveness of our country in the international arena.